What's up, guys? In the spirit of Canada Day, I've been kind of exploring some newer Canadian metal bands because I don't really dive into Canadian music that much, and I should. I'm a Canadian citizen, and I should support my local bands and stuff. Which, for the most part, I try to. I just don't really dive into it that much. But I've been listening to this band called Unleash the Archers, mainly their new album Apex, and I've listened to it like three times. And for those of you who don't know Unleash the Archers, they are once again a Canadian metal band. Fuck yeah! And they sort of have like a mix going on. They like to play like I guess you can say traditional uh, like just straight up heavy metal, but they like to fuse it with with power metal and some melodic influences. It's actually pretty sweet. You should check it out. I got to admit, I fucking love this album. It's incredible. It's probably one of the best albums I've heard in 2017 so far. And I'm not just saying that. I genuinely think it's a fucking great album. Like it's a masterpiece. So Apex is like it's a concept album, and concept albums are fairly tricky. You got to tell a story not just through a song, but through an entire album. But it's been done successfully endless amounts of time. It's something that people have been doing since like the late 60s, early 70s. But these guys tell a story through power metal, which is rare. The story is, and it's not just fucking, slaying dragons and like fucking rainbows and shit. Like it's like the story is deep and emotional, and it hints this future darkness awaiting you, and it takes you through this epic journey of just light and darkness, and preparing for this epic battle and all kind. I'm not gonna give away the entire album, but like I'm basically just indicating what the story kind of puts you through. Um, as I've said in the past, opening songs are indeed important for me because I want to know what I'm getting into here. The song "Awakening," which was the opening track on this album, was a really good way to start. It was a good way to start this journey. I mean, you got some kick-ass heavy guitar riffs followed by the fucking beautiful vocals of Brittany Slays, who, by the way, does a fantastic job through the entire album. Um, Another song I recommend is Shadow Guide, which goes for the fast melodic approach. I think it's the second song on the album. The album, like I said, it follows the power metal standard for the most part, with the speed and the shredding and the riffs, but it does slow down and give you a break from that here and there. It takes you through that darkness with songs like Earth and Ashes, which was probably my absolute fucking favorite song on the entire album. Um, it's slow and heavy, and again, it just brings that darkness into the journey, that this album is trying to take you on. But then it brings you out of the darkness with songs like what's it called? Fuck. It was 10,000 against one. Um, it kind of brings you back to that kick-ass, fast-paced power metal feel, and it kind of like prepares you, or it's like that. It hypes you as if you were going into this epic war to fight for glory and fight for the light. But all in all, this entire band performed at their absolute best with this album, and it's definitely one that I highly recommend to anyone. It's a great album. If I were to rank my top albums of 2017 so far, that would be up there, man. It's a really good fucking album. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching.